Hi, everyone. I'm Scott Schmerelson, and I'm your school board member in Board District 3. And I'm so happy to be here today for two reasons. I'm going to read you a story because it's Read Across America Week, and it's also Women's History Month. So I picked a book for you that's really funny, that you'll really enjoy, and touches both elements. It touches reading across America and Women's History Month. And just listen to the title of this book. You won't believe it. The title is You Forgot Your Skirt, Amelia Bloomer. Can you believe that? Let me read that title again. You Forgot Your Skirt, Amelia Bloomer. I wonder what this book is going to be about. And it is written by Shanna Corey, and it is illustrated by Chelsea McLaren. So let me begin reading this funny story to you. Amelia Bloomer was not a proper lady. In fact, Amelia Bloomer thought proper ladies were silly. She thought it was silly that proper ladies were not allowed to vote. So she tried to change the laws so that they could. Good grief, people said. Amelia Bloomer thought it was silly that proper ladies were not supposed to work. So she started her own newspaper and went to work on that. She named the newspaper The Lily. It was a special newspaper all about women, and she hired other women to work on it too. But the silliest thing of all, thought Amelia Bloomer, was the way proper ladies were supposed to dress. Their dresses were so heavy, wearing them was like carrying around a dozen bricks. What was proper about that? Their dresses were so long that proper ladies looked like they were walking broomsticks. They acted like broomsticks too because their skirts swept up the mud and trash from the street. What was proper about that? The corsets they wore under their dress were so tight, it was hard to breathe. Proper ladies were fainting at the drop of a hat. What was proper about that? Wow. Look at the skirt that this lady is wearing in this book. The skirt is so wide that she hardly can fit through the door. I bet she's going to need somebody to help her and push her through the door. What a wide skirt she's wearing. And the hoops that they wore beneath their dresses were so wide that no matter how they squeezed, no matter how they squished and squashed and stuffed themselves through, proper ladies still got stuck in doorways all over town. Even little girls had to wear proper dresses, so they couldn't run or jump or play. This has got to stop, declared Amelia Bloomer. Then one day, Amelia's friend Elizabeth Cady Stanton came to visit. Elizabeth brought her cousin Libby with her, and Libby looked remarkable. She was even more improper than Amelia because Libby was not wearing a dress. Dresses, said Libby? Bah, how silly. Instead of a dress, Lily was wearing something that was not too heavy and not too long and not too tight and not too wide. It looked just right. Brilliant, announced Amelia. She went right to her sewing machine and sewed a matching outfit for herself. Then she went out for a walk. The townspeople were aghast. Can you believe it? You forgot your skirt, Amelia Bloomer, called the little boy. Shocking, everyone said. But Amelia didn't care one bit. She thought the new clothes were wonderful. She ran and jumped and twirled and did all the things she always wanted to do. Amelia had such a good time that she wanted other women to know about the new clothes too. So when she got home, she wrote about them in the Lily. Marvelous, said a lady from Boston. I declare, said a lady from Charleston. Where can I get one? Asked a lady from Baltimore. Pretty soon, Amelia had letters from women everywhere. They all wanted patterns so they could make the new clothes themselves. Some of them even wanted tips on what to wear with the new style. Some people called the new style of clothes the American costume. Most people just called them bloomers. And of course, everyone liked bloomers. Said one proper gentleman. Balderdash, said another. This can only lead to more rights for women, grumbled a third. Over time, bloomers went out of style. Proper ladies and gentlemen everywhere breathed a sigh of relief. Thank goodness, they said. Now everyone will forget this nonsense and things can return to normal. But did people really forget all about Amelia Bloomer and her improper ideas? Well, what do you think? I am really happy that I chose this book because it talks about women's liberation. It talks about how women were forced to wear the clothing that people designed, even if they didn't like it, even if they weren't comfortable, there was nothing else to wear. But we have Amelia Bloomer, and she fixed this problem, and everybody in fashion has been happy ever since.